right, and we are rolling. Episode. I don't know what episode this is actually. Yeah, one of my many episodes. I've met you guys. What, last year at WIKKID Woods?
Yeah.
And met some like really cool homeboys. Here I am with Freddy J and the Underdog. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty not bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get used to this mic thing.
You have to share. You have to share.
Put it here.
Sharing is caring, right? We always need to microphone check each other. Okay, so introducing, here I have Freddy J. Let's look at these bios. So Freddy J, he is a humble icon of the Calgary Underground, producing music since 2001. Like, wow, I have been attending your shows for so many years. You're a legend in the Calgary scene. You not only produce, but you really bridge like the whole Alberta scene together. You're a star at Shambhala, and you pull people together. You lift people up. Baseline driven funk parties. Wow, I've been to a lot of them. You're one of Canada's must-see DJs, and just such a great friend to the community and people looking to get into the industry. One of your best buddies here is John, the Underdog. You two have such a cute story of... Sorry, I don't mean to say cute. No, I do. A badass story. A badass story.
So badass.
Yeah, of being Calgary homeboys for so long. John, he's not only a DJ that has started producing with Freddie in recent years, but he's also a metal structural
I'm a 17-year welder who does metal art.
So you produce some like really cool arts at festivals, and now you're producing together. So welcome to the show. Let's shoot the shit. Let's talk about your upbringing, how you two met, and
Well, I started off as a Freddy J groupie at Manhattan's. At the Manhattan days was Basic, run by DJ Kev, now K3V, owner of Motion Notion. They're pioneers in the scene, and I started out just jamming out with these guys and then just became friends with them. It was kind of like our own personal nightclub, so it was a lot of fun. And it's almost 20 years. 20 years now.
I thought we weren't talking about our ages.
We didn't. We just
No.
Yeah, it's just how long. Yeah, we're all 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I identify.
Yeah, and those couple years at Manhattan's, we did that every Saturday. That's where I first started DJing and how I got most of my experience playing out. Basically, it was that club, and that's how we met. All our big group of friends, and kind of history went from there, I suppose.
Yeah, so sometimes I think it just starts in like one small club and one small community effort, and then years later, here's Freddy J, who has been at Shambhala for 13 years. You open up the Fractal Forest at Shambhala for 6 years. Like the anticipation for the past 6 years of Freddy J opening up the forest, like the fence is closed, and there's a massive crowd just waiting to get in for the opening of the Fractal Forest, and that's what you've done for the past 6 years. Can you tell me about how you came into that?
Well, to be honest, it still blows my mind that I get to do that, and it's so overwhelming and humbling, and like I'm so happy that I get that opportunity to open the stage. It's such an honor, right? Because it's a fucking Fractal Forest.
It is really like the opening of Shambhala, and for people that haven't been to Shambhala, there's kind of that kind of communal area, like the gate. There's a big gate that is blocked to the forest, and to really open up and start Shambhala, the gates open, and there's a huge crowd that floods in. And
Instant party.
Instant.
Yeah.
Within 15 seconds?
30 seconds.
30
it's full
seconds.
about now.
30 seconds.
Yeah, the ravers just flood in.
I don't know how many videos
it's
I
wild.
have of kids, young and old, just ripping in there.
Yeah, the party has started, and Freddy is starting the party.
Push the play button after I do the countdown. I look down, I look up, I'm like, oh fuck.
I honestly think it's one of the best time slots of the whole weekend, really, to open that stage, because everyone is sitting outside in the vendors waiting and dying to get in there, and then they just hammer in like crazy.
Just the anticipation to like really kick off like one of the biggest like festivals in Canada, even I would say globally, that sets so many artists on stage. Just banging down that wall, and for you to open it up, it's so exciting.
It's so surreal. It's awesome.
Yeah.
They've been nominated for Best Festival, actually.
They won it a few years ago.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, Base Coast won the Boutique Festival of the year. Yeah. They won back to back, and so hopefully they won again this year.
Yeah. As Western Canadians, we're winners. So everybody should vote.
I gotta vote.
Should vote. Yeah. People don't know that like often awards aren't just dropped on your lap. You need to go and you need to vote. You need to nominate people. You need to represent people.
Take part in what you want to be a part of.
Vote.
Vote. Not politics.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
Do that too, but
Yeah. Choose the elections that you want to be part of.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll stick with the festival elections.
Yeah. And there are many festival elections, and there are a lot of opportunities out there for artists that can apply for grants, for travel grants. So that's what I'm doing these days. Is the WIKKID Witch is actually trying to help artists travel and explore and get some bank, because like there is money for grants, and there are elections out there that you can enter into.
We were chatting just before this about that. I think that's awesome. I had no idea until you actually filled us in. That's fantastic, because a lot of us, we're not superstars. So if we take off a ton of time of work to tour, we're out, quite a bit of money in investing, right?
We got full-time work too. We got to maintain, because like DJing full-time is a really hard thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that we all do it for the love. The travel, the cost, the expense, and trying to manage.
It's so expensive. Adds up fast.
Yeah. It is, and I find sometimes, just to go off on a tangent, Freddie, like you're so well known in the Calgary market, and sometimes you can oversaturate a market in a way.
For sure.
When you play too much in a market.
He's actually very conscious of that. I used to always bug him about getting another residency and doing something, especially during COVID when we were not getting any gigs anymore and stuff like that. And he's like, no. He's like, I've done it. I was like, it's saturation. He's like, I'm only going to do this. He's like, I'll help book talent for clubs, which he does, like with Rated, and I'll do that, but I'm only going to play X amount. And he's like, even the shows that I'm creating, I don't always play, just because.
Yeah, I still probably play a little bit too much in Calgary, but it's my home, it's my scene, it's my family, and I just love playing the shows. I love hosting shows now. I've gotten into that the last few years. It's a lot of fun. Yeah,
your shows are awesome, and myself as well. Like YYC, like born and bred, and I love Calgary so much because it's so easy to connect with people in the industry. It's super friendly. The cost of living is great, and I feel that it is like really underrepresented. And thank you for.
It is a really great scene here. We got a lot going on and good people and lots of good talent.
we do.
We need more clubs.
I saw a new one opening up.
Me too. Yeah, COVID was hard on Calgary for sure. A lot shut down, but I think a lot is emerging and opening up, and that's why I like to do this podcast of like repping for like the YYC, because I think when shit shuts down sometimes, that's when you go to the studio and you just kind of start producing. You two have what last year your song All My Freaks. I loved that one. You have another song coming up together.
Yeah, we're gonna debut that one. I guess I'm gonna debut it because I played first. It's called Got 2 Feet. No one's heard it yet. We're just finishing it up right now. We're actually both in music school together right now with Thomas Anthony and Frank from Monkey Twerk.
Shout out those guys. It's an amazing course.
Those guys are amazing. You want to
finish better music? Check it out.
FBM.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Have you followed their podcast? Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. I was on his YouTube channel quite often now because we get the links with part of being FBM too. So we get all these links with his interviews and stuff. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. It's funny. Like everybody I've had in my studio, they always mention Thomas Anthony, and they shout out you guys as well. Like one of my first podcasts, Tommy, he was really talking about Freddy's pecs, like. Talking about working it out and the fitness that you need to have to succeed in this scene.
Doing lots of push-ups.
Yeah, he was like, "Have you seen Freddy's pecs these days?"
Coming from Thomas doing the weightlifting video with speakers. Thick bass.
How many feet do you need?
Lady guy.
Funny. Okay, all right. So what is your best advice about how to succeed in this industry?
Lately, one thing I've realized, and starting to throw shows in the last few years, is being involved in the scene and just being part of it is the biggest thing. Like you can be a DJ and want to play shows, but unless you get involved with the people doing the shows, doing shows
The
yourself,
community.
being part of the community, and giving back is probably the fastest and best way. You get to meet
Show that
everybody,
you're doing it from the heart.
and it feels good. It feels good.
Gives
You're
you a
doing something.
whole different perspective and appreciation of how much work goes into some of these productions. Like I've been on Team Fractal since like 2009, come and go, pre-build team, and it's crazy how much pre-work goes into it and planning and then running it. On top of that, last year I worked all through the festival for the first time ever, and it was like it was great to have a kind of a grounding, you know, because I'm old school, and so it was nice. But there's just so much going on, and you just have a way different experience being a part of these festivals, these events, these clubs, these whatever. Just put your time in. Yeah. That's all I can say. Just put your time in.
Yeah, it can be so exhausting, and when you're producing a great show. Nobody sees the shit show behind the scenes, and
You
yeah,
usually are a little bit of a shit show.
Yeah. but I love a glorious shit show. Like,
we're
all crazy.
That's all part of it, right?
Well, we're all ravers and festivalers too. We're running it. And don't think we're not excited to be there, but we're working.
It's a job.
Yeah.
I might look stressed, but I'm having fun. I swear.
Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah, it's so good.
Awesome. Upcoming festivals for you this year?
WIKKID Woods kick off for me and John, I think, and then I got Shambhala, and then the Womp, and then Intersect.
Yeah, I'm doing WIKKID Woods. I'll be back at Sham. I'm not sure if we're doing a Fractal Beach thing this year. That was kind of a once-off last year, so we'll see. Rich hasn't let us know yet, so could be there, could be not. Can't tell you anything. But I had a lot of fun playing that last year. That was my I usually just play the Renegades around Sham. I haven't played any of the big stages yet. And then I I'm careful to use that word. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. You have to come back. I lost my train of thought there.
That's fine. Ring.
Wants to talk to you, John.
That's right. Ring. Tell me where my thoughts went.
Ring.
No, I think after you're saying you're going to focus a lot on production this year.
Yes, that's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I purposely didn't apply to any festivals this year because I really want to just create my own music for next year.
Yeah.
So, and then of course we have some other events coming up in the fall that we can't confirm at the moment, but there'll be more of that and club stuff in the city and whatnot. And then maybe some out of country stuff next year, but we're gonna talk about that too. So.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe go down to Tulum for Average Citizens event next year.
Yeah.
Do a little tour down there.
Actually, I don't think next year Average Citizens, the Physical Friends meetup, is going to be in Tulum. I think I may be hosting it in Bali.
Even better. Let's go.
Bali's my jam. I've been twice.
Okay. So yeah, I think I may be hosting it in Bali next year. So not Tulum. So so save up your money for your flight.
Josh and Danny, we're coming to Bali.
Yeah. We're going.
Oh, by the way, your show last night was ridiculous. It was so much fun.
I'm so sorry I slept.
This guy slept in.
I woke up to like 4 missed phone calls from everybody. I was like, shit.
Where are you?
Straight up bananas last night for not coming.
It was straight up bananas. I love those average citizens, the least average citizens.
They're not so average, that's for sure.
Yeah. You two are both not so average. Either.
Thank you very much.
So can we tell some not so average stories that you want to share from? Well, let's do a comedy hour. What are some of your not so average stories?
Let's see. The first year I ever played Shambhala. We'll start this one, then I'll let John take it over. So I got booked. The very first Shambhala I ever played was 2008. And at that time, I had moved to Toronto for a year. I was living with my buddy. And I came back to Calgary for Shambhala to play for the first time, right? Hung out with my friends for 2 weeks. And then I guess actually I'll let John take over for the whole part of how we got there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, he was living in Toronto, and he got the opportunity to play Fractal. At the time, I was, maybe in a little bit of trouble and was just coming off close
That's why I
to
wanted to take it.
house arrest. I had a month left of house arrest, and hopefully no one from the law is watching this, but I was not missing Alex playing in the forest for the first time. So I had a family reunion in a place with no cell service, because this is the glory days of Shambhala. No cell service, which we all loved back then, by the way, because we all just emerged with this unreal experience that everybody had to just hear about, not see online.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Miss those days. But anyway, so I was not missing it. And so I got to go, and we all went in a camper together, which was a bit of a shit show. But
Yeah.
it's glorious shit show. Yeah, glorious shit show. And then it was an unreal, surreal experience with all our closest friends up in the booth and on our favorite stage with one of our friends playing. It was just an experience you can't even really I don't even know how to describe that.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. And then obviously I went back to Toronto after spending 2 weeks in the forest with my best friends and had the most depressing month of my life. Had a month left in my lease. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out of here, and moved back to Calgary immediately.
Yeah, we actually went on a trip specifically to go to Toronto because we'd never been there. And we went down there. Jacob was living there too. He's a really good, close friend of ours. And it turned out to be Toronto Fashion Week, like we said there, which was my first experience in Toronto. But Toronto was beautiful. But we ended up packing up Alex and what he had left and bringing him back to Calgary.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's like, screw this shit. You're coming back to Calgary.
Yeah.
So you didn't have like zip time up like from
No. He was perfectly willing. Yeah, he was perfectly willing. Yeah. It was really emotional when he moved there, like, because we were all super close. Like, it was a lot. It was emotional. Like, it was a lot of tears. And then when he came back, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Another family reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that. Awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm so glad to meet you guys, and yeah, like you're my homeboys. Like often these days, I'm being asked about like how I'm keeping it wicked and how I'm doing my witchy kind of ways, and often I don't know how to answer that question. But I think like the best answer I have is to have a homeboy network, and
Yeah.
yeah. Especially as a woman working in a male-dominated industry, it's strange and weird. Like, everyone's a DJ, and everyone
So
kind
many
of wants.
DJs.
So many DJs.
It's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
We have a really good scene.
We're really lucked out with the scene here in Calgary because it's very inclusive, and that's what a lot of scenes speak to, but it's not always the case. But here in Calgary specifically, it's very inclusive. It's very about promoting everybody. It doesn't matter what sex you are. It doesn't matter who you're into, what you're into. It doesn't, you know what I mean? You're just supported. That's what I love about the community here for festivals and music in general.
I would argue about sex and gender. Like I've had some bad experiences.
Fair.
Yeah. So it's really important for me to have like a really strong connected network of like the coolest guys in town to be my homeboys and my bodyguards sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the scene is changing in that regard, though. It's becoming a better space for everybody.
I think the whole being everyone, that's the great thing I like about social media is people get called out for a lot of stuff nowadays that used to get buried.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, people kind of get canceled.
Yes.
So I don't mean to. Oh God, pull it on a negative note or end it on a negative note. Oh, sorry, that got a little dark. Okay. So let's talk about fishing for ravers.
Fishing for ravers.
Fishing for ravers. Yes, I have a story for you. Yes, right away. I will tell it. Just a second. So, for those of you that don't know what fishing for ravers is, one year not 1 year, we've seen it lots, but the one year that has stuck out the most was we were in a group walking between Fractal Forest and the village at Shambhala one year, and we happened to just see this glow stick come out of the trees and land on the path in front of us, and there was this young kid 10 feet in front of us who saw it, stopped, we all stopped, and he was zeroed in on it, young kid at a festival, and then it started to move, and he really zeroed on it, and I went all the way into the trees, and he went all the way into the trees, and then all you heard was absolute laughter, and we just killed ourselves laughing. That is probably one of my
Classic.
favorite rave stories ever. I have other ones, but I can't tell online. But that is definitely a PG one. That was so funny.
Not
and
many PG
great,
ones.
great memory.
Yeah, I think like with the festival culture, there's just some shit that you can't make up, and sometimes it's just fun to like have those pranks and just kind of like roast like the younger generation as well. And just have
Well,
fun.
it's like I don't know. It's great seeing someone so into what they're doing too, and just get suckered right into it. Like it was awesome.
I know, yeah. Suckered into the trees or suckered to Freddy.
And all you hear is like you get this big joyous laughter from the trees, and we're killing ourselves laughing, and then all you hear within like 10 seconds, fuck.
It's memories like that last for a lifetime. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for being on the show. I'll drop all of your socials, all of your handles, and let's just keep keeping it wicked in the YYC.
Thank you so much, and appreciate your time, and appreciate everything that you're doing for the scene.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Let's get wicked in the woods here soon.
Yeah, let's phone it in really quick.